Hey, get back.
No way, Jose.
H.O.G Podcast. What it do, man? It's your girl, Lil Chad. Yay.
Hey, 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 get back.
No way, Jose.
Grind hard for the culture, they placed us behind, so you know we gotta get back. There's a lot of things that you gon' face in this world when your skin color is black. Grind hard for the culture, they placed us behind, so you know we tryna get back. There's a lot of stuff that you gon' face in this world when your skin color is black. Black, 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 it's black, 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 yeah. Discrimination and hating got put through all that. Big dog, CEO.
So me $1,000 worth of work. That mean them feet was busted.
That was our women raped and then called hoes. How I'm done, my ancestor taught you how to read. Not to mention all the resources we created. Why they didn't want to see black families together? Would it be too strong with two parents at home? Young nigga better listen to this pimpin'. Don't you ever let the police get you slippin'. Fuck playing with guns, educate yourself. Now lead your son. You gon' treat your lady right if you respect your mom. Otherwise treat the opposition how it comes. You're only a slave if you think you're one, nigga, yeah. Grind hard for the culture, they placed us behind, so you know we gotta get back. It's a lot of things that you gon' face in this world when your skin color is black. Grind hard for the culture, they placed us behind, so you know we tryna get back. It's a lot of stuff that you gon' face in this world when your skin color is black. Black, 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 it's black, black, cheddar. I'm just a king from the south. I had a dream like Martin, I hope I live it out. Ay, black on black crime, it's a new time. It ain't just the opposite, I gotta watch mine. They smile in your face, what's up with the world? Welcome back to the H.O.G Podcast show. Y'all know what we do on Friday nights, man. We have episodes where we talk about what need to be talked about. I'm your host, man. Cheddar.
It's your boy, CEO Got It. What's happening?
Financial in the building.
Yes, sir. Now, before we get into what tonight episode is about, we got to get into the motto. But just to give you a briefing of what it is about, it's about a young man by the name of DeAunta Farrow that was killed by law enforcement in West Memphis, Arkansas. And we got one of his family members coming to give us insight on the story, man. So this should be a very deep and concerning story. But before we get into it, y'all know we gotta keep it prayed up.
Gotta keep it papered up.
Keep it pulled up, man.
That's so ski.
Of course.
You see the message I put?
Okay, bet that. All right, so coming to the stage, we have Miss Candis Farrow, which is a relative of DeAunta Farrow. So I'm going to bring her to the stage, let her introduce herself, and we'll get right into the content.
Hello, y'all. I'm Candis Farrow, DeAunta Farrow cousin.
All right. Thank you for joining the show. Welcome. You know what I mean? If you haven't met everybody by name on the panel, this is my brother Lee to the right of me. Down below me is CEO Gotti. That's the H.O.G Podcast panel, man. So before we hop into what we're here to talk about tonight, we want to start the show off with a little dedication to this young man. So I'm gonna let my brother pull up a little video clip that he made for you.
Y'all make sure. Go ahead, got it. What you gonna say?
Started out right.
Y'all make sure y'all like, share, comment. Make sure we share this live. You know what I'm saying, so we can get the awareness out about what's going on. Share the live. Everybody in the comments, how y'all doing? Shout out to you, Goldie. How you doing this evening, man?
I got it.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Let me make sure everything.
That's a southern person.
Yeah. Let me make sure. Yeah, my stuff is down. Okay, bet that.
I leave at the job every day. I say, y'all have a good evening. I know they like, this nigga so country.
How you feeling today, Candis, man?
I'm doing good. What about you?
Blessed and highly flavored.
Indeed.
Blessed and highly flavored, man.
Indeed.
Yeah.
All right, man. So getting to the task that we here for today, you know what I'm saying? I want to go into, this is very serious to me. So I'm a student of what's about to be taught right now. You giving us insight on something that we're aware of, but we don't know the specifics. So we appreciate you for stopping by and doing this with us. So to start it off on a good note, before we dive into the deeper part of it, explain to the world who DeAunta Farrow was.
He was quiet. I know that he didn't bother nobody. He only hung around his family. Playful. He'll make you laugh. He loved to watch scary movies. I was in his life ever since he was born, up until the day he got killed.
Okay. So what were some of his hobbies? What were some of the things he enjoyed doing as a little kid?
He loved to play the video game. And he loved when I boiled him some chicken wings.
He hit you up, Auntie, hey, cuz, can you boil me some chicken wings?
Mm-hmm.
So did DeAunta ever did he ever state what he wanted to be like when he grew up, to you?
No, he didn't say. He was just who he is in his life as a regular kid.
Just being a young man. It sounds
Was he running the streets playing sports with other little kids?
Yeah, he did that. That's something kids did back in the day, played football and basketball and stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a question. How old was he when this incident took place?
He was 12.
So he was 12 years old. So
he didn't even make it to his 13th birthday.
Yeah, that's at that age. That's right there at that age where you starting to formulate ideas about what you want to be when you grow up.
Yeah.
And all of that stuff. So that hit me.
He got killed June 22nd, and we was really waiting on the 4th of July to come. We was talking about having a firework, call it a little fight or whatever, however they do it. But we was talking about doing that because he loved the 4th of July. So we was waiting for the 4th to come. But we didn't even make it to the 4th.
That's crazy.
I remember those days, the firefight running around the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm. Shooting water at each other.
Mm-hmm. And that's what he was watching doing.
So give us one of your most memorable moments with DeAunta, for us. It could be a funny one, it could be one where you had to straighten him on something or anything. Give us one of those moments.
I can't really say I had no bad moment with him. It always been a fun moment because I watched him. So it just wasn't like he was a bad kid because he knew I wasn't going for that. So he used to come to my house all the time and play with my oldest son. He had him very spoiled. Okay. And he used to love when I cooked. That was one thing that he loved for me to do was go in that kitchen and cook. Mm-hmm. So playing the games and playing with the little kids and the family, that's something he loved to do.
Right.
Go spend the night at our other aunt's house and play with the kids. Go over to grandma's house, play with the kids. He just loved playing with the kids. It wasn't nothing. And then he didn't bother no a couple of friends that I always knew about.
Okay.
And they came around, so we called them family.
Yeah. Like what
So
our Southern families do, man. We adopt people all the time, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So like that boiled chicken was one of his favorite dishes from you. What would be like his favorite dessert? Like what did he like eating that was sweet?
anything. If he had to go to the store, he'll get one of them Rice Krispie treats. Love like them Rice Krispie treats and sunflower seeds.
Man, I was addicted to them at a point until they started hurting my teeth. And then I had to switch it up. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
All that
Get a little
sugar,
bit more
man.
of that.
And his
So,
favorite
so
color was red.
his favorite color was red.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's dope.
Sound
So,
like
so
That's why I said Gotti.
me.
right. So a young man on the borderline of becoming a teenager, before he was able to do so, an unforeseen thing happened to where his life was taken by law enforcement. So let's go back down memory lane. Like take us back to the day of the incident, and how did your day go prior to the incident? She froze up.
Yeah, it froze up. What you
Oh, you
say?
good? You good?
Yeah,
So
we get
take us back. Take us back to the day, to the day of the incident, and how was your day going prior to you getting the news that DeAunta had passed?
Oh, I was at work that day. He went to summer school. He got out of school. He came to my house. It was very hot outside. He was like, Candis, it's hot outside. Then he was letting me know about all the police in the back of Steeplechase or whatever. So once he told me about the police, me and him left to see what was going on. That time we had left at my apartment to walk around the corner. They was leaving out Steeplechase. So like a few minutes later, I had went and picked up my chick from work, got the kids something to eat. Come back home. Then the sun went down. He left. Him and his brother went over my mama's house for a minute. Then they came back to my house. Then my uncle came to my house. My uncle Steve came to my house. We left. We're riding for a minute. We come back. It's about 8:30. We parked in front of my apartment, and we pull up. Unsell and his dad was in front of my apartment. Unsell was looking for Tay Tay because Unsell was coming to spend the night with Little Mon that weekend. So they come over to the house. Little Mon and see Tay. So we all just sitting outside talking. Then my cousin Adrian, he come around the corner. He tell us about the narcotics part over in Steeplechase by the trash can on their side or whatever on Goodwin. So
Oh, dick.
after he told us that, then Tay Tay ended up coming around the corner or whatever with his CD player. So Ansel tell his daddy that he finna stay. He's staying in my house. Finna go to Tay house. They coming back. Ansel, his daddy was like, "You want me to Yeah, I know I'm getting nervous." He was like, "You want me to drop y'all off?" And they was like, "No." It was like we coming right back to Candis house. So
Take your
they
time.
leave. Yeah, so they leave or whatever. Then so the boys was like, Candis, we're gonna go to Debbie house. I said, okay. So I got Lamont phone. His name is Ansel. His nickname is Lamont. So I got my phone and I was walking behind him. Me and Tay Tay older brother Cub. We was walking behind him. I got on the phone, I called my aunt and I told her the boys was on their way to her house. I told her I'm gonna stay on the phone with her until they make it. And then I told her the narcotics was over in Steeplechase or whatever. She was like, I'm gonna turn on my scanner. And she thought about it. She was like, no, I'm not gonna turn on my scanner because if anything happens, it's not gonna come across the scanner. So I said, okay. She was like, if anything happens, just call, let me know. So I hear the boys come in the house or whatever. It was like, Mama, Tay was like, Mom, we going back to Candis' house. She was like, okay, y'all be careful. Love y'all. We'll do this and that.
So you basically
Okay.
on the phone with the mom at the time.
I'm on the phone. I'm on the phone with her the whole time. The
Okay.
whole time.
Mm.
And so when they got ready to leave, I heard them say they was gonna leave, whatever. So I told my aunt, I said, well, I'm gonna call you when the boys make it back to my house. She said, okay. So me and his brother Tug, like we was standing at the corner of DeAunta Farrow, but we was on the other end by Willard. We went on DeAunta and Goodwin. We was on DeAunta and Willard. So me and my cousin, we went back to my apartment. We stopped there for a minute. And then I told him, I said, let's go meet the boys or whatever, because they on their way back. And he was like, we should have just went with them in the first place. And I was like, yeah. So my aunt, she didn't stay but like 5 minutes away from the apartment complex that I stayed in.
Yeah.
So it didn't take the boys that long to make it to her house or either make it back to my house. They left at 8:56. I checked the time. So about between 9:20 and 9:30, you could say them boys was back at my apartment. But they never made it back to my apartment. So when me and the brother we was getting ready to go meet them or whatever, because we figured they probably was still down the street, but they didn't made it into Steeplechase Apartments. So to make it back to the location we were standing in, we hear the boys, they talking, they laugh. And we was like, well, we're gonna continue to go meet them. So next thing you know, we hear 3 gunshots. So we hear the 3 shots. We take off the running because I thought it was fireworks. Somebody coming to us with fireworks. So we take off the running. Then so once we catch our breath or whatever, we hear somebody say, "Get on the ground, get on the ground." It's like, what the hell going on? So now we get back into the same location we were just in, and so we don't see the boys no more. So now we looking like something ain't right. So now we get in the road. We get in the road. We start walking towards the location they was in. And as we walk towards that way, we don't see nobody. But one of the officers came towards us with his gun and was like, "Get out the road. Get in the grass. Get in the grass." We were like, "Man, we going to go check on these boys." And so he's still trying to argue, got his gun on us. So I'm looking forward. I see a body walk up. My cousin's still going back and forth with the other officer. So when I seen the other body walk up to the where my cousin and the other officer was at, I told my cousin, I said, "Come on, let's get out the road. Let's get in the grass." So I called my aunt and I asked my aunt, was the boy still at home? And she was like, "No, they on their way back to your house." And I'm like, "Titi, please tell me the boy's still at home." And she was like, "No, Candace, no." She was like, "What's going on? They should have been made it." And I'm like, "Please tell me the boy's still at home." And she was like, "Candace, they should have been made it. What's wrong?" So I was like, "TC, we just heard 3 gunshots and I don't see the boys no more." So she get off the phone, she get dropped off over there. And before she get dropped off, when we get off the phone or whatever, I walk up to my cousin, Adrian, that was standing outside. They stayed on the DeAunta Farrow. I walked up to him, me and Tug, and he was like, "They just shot him and they blew him in between the trees." Mind you, I told you they had just walked from in between the trees when they was coming towards our way. But the police shot him back in between the trees. So we know he's gone. We all start crying. And then so me, I started trying to get closer and closer to the scene. So that's when I see one squad car. It then pulled up and it did a U-turn, pulled back up to where they was at. And little man, he got put in handcuffs and they just laid on the ground. So after they drove off with Munn, took him to the police station, then they put a blanket over Tay Tay. They put that blanket over Tay because they didn't want my little cousin to think that he was dead because he didn't know he was gone. And so a few minutes later, like I said, I called my aunt. She pulled up right after they left. So when she made it, like they had him covered, but they never covered his feet. So that's how she was able to identify her son, the Air Forces he had on.
This
And
the
then
mom you're
so
speaking about, right?
yeah, Deborah,
Okay.
that's his mom. What got me with her? She didn't go over to just see what was going on. She called her sister, which I didn't understand it. So your baby's still on the ground. You call your sister, and like nobody in Steeplechase at all. Like no backup, no ambulance, no nothing. Then
That's what
so
that's crazy. Cause that's what I was gonna ask. Like, I was gonna ask you, like, cause you said the squad car pulled up, they made a U-turn. One of another family member pulled up, which like his mom, and like, how long did it actually
spark
take?
pulled up on
Yeah, the squad car pulled up, but how long did it actually take for medical assistance, like the ambulance people to get there to try to
he laid on the ground for an hour straight before anybody came.
before
Did they try to even render
But
aid? Because
before
it's they duty to try to render aid too.
Yeah, did they try to
they
resuscitate him at all?
they didn't do nothing. That's what I'm telling y'all. They didn't do nothing.
That's crazy.
Damn. Yeah, that's crazy for sure. You can continue though.
When he shot him in the chest first. He shot him to kill. The bullet hit him in the heart. He shot him in the heart. The bullet hit him in the heart and came out and hit him in the arm. Then before he hit the ground, he ran to the side and he hit him like at the bottom of his ankle. Yeah, so he got hit. He got hit twice.
Mm. So
That showed that he wasn't aggressive. You know what I mean? He
Yeah.
going a different direction, still getting shot. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's-
yeah, I ain't. But so the whole time, like you said, it was another person present with DeAunta though. Who was that to him? That was his cousin, brother.
That was my cousin.
Okay,
His
so to
brother
DeAunta,
was with me, but to DeAunta, that was his cousin. DeAunta brother was with me.
okay, so DeAunta cousin was present at the time of him getting shot by the police.
Mm-hmm.
What did he do? Did he run for cover and stuff like that, or what happened with him?
He got on the ground. He said when he got on the ground, he said Tay threw his hands up, but they changed the story so much, like it's crazy. But he said he got on the ground and he said Tay had his hands up and was like he don't have nothing on him. And he said the police still shot that baby. And then he said after the police shot him, he said that's when Jim Evans come over and he was like, "What is you doing?" He said these are kids. He said if Jim Evans wouldn't have said nothing, he said Eric Simmons would have shot him too. He said because after he shot Tay, he put the gun on him.
So the young man that was there with DeAunta, when did he elaborate on when the police got out? Did they say freeze or did they say anything like we the police or whatever, or they just fire shots? Like how did that situation happen? Because
see, that's the crazy part. Because like I told you, when me and Tug was walking to go meet them, and we hear the boys talking, and we just heard 3 gunshots. And then after we ran, and now we're trying to catch our breath, that's when we hear somebody say, "Get on the ground, get on the ground." So that part
so
I'm kind
they
of lost
shot
on.
then said get on the ground. What the hell?
Yeah, so that part I'm lost on. Yeah.
Okay. So I got a question. Right?
That's what lost me and the brother, because like I said, we
So
heard the 3 shots.
So you said they was narcotics, right? They was narcotic police officers, right? So didn't they have like a target or somebody they was looking for?
They lied. They said they was doing a stakeout at Econo Lodge. And that's something that came out in the courtroom too, because the judge was like, okay, if y'all was doing a stakeout at Econo Lodge, what was y'all doing in Steeplechase? He said it don't make sense.
Because that's the back road. That's
what I'm saying. So a stakeout period, whether you doing it at Econo Lodge or whether you doing it in Steeplechase Apartments, a stakeout, that means that paperwork has been done. That means that a suspect or suspects have been identified. That means that you're trying to find them doing something to incriminate themselves, and you've already put the legal paperwork in place to. So I'm just trying to figure out why you was fucking with these kids.
That part, because they got four different lies. The first lie, they supposed to be robbed the flash market. The second lie, no, the first lie, he shot him and he thought he was somebody else, so he mistaken him for somebody else. Then the second lie, he's supposed to rob the flash market. The third lie, it's supposed to be dark at night. That's when I was telling you about the light pole. They ended up taking the light off the light pole. And then the fourth lie, he's supposed to have this way, which there's no DNA on the plate.
You said it was June 22nd. So what I know, being from Memphis and familiar with West Memphis, is that at that time it was just getting dark. It wasn't too dark.
My point exactly.
Yeah, it was at 9 o'clock at night in June.
It's still daylight.
In the there's still light outside.
Yeah, for sure.
My point exactly. So when them boys walk past them, they seen them boys.
So in regards to the light that you're speaking about, so a light, because most light poles like down there, they got a tall, it's pretty, got a nice height on it. It's a nice height on it. So
I stayed in an apartment complex for 10 years. So that summer, they had just changed every light bulb. I mean, changed every light bulb or whatever from every pole. So it's bright.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even have on glasses, but it was bright.
that's crazy.
So like I said,
y'all
that was
see where
one
I'm
of the
going.
lies.
Y'all see where I'm going. Like, how do you justify that to get away?
Before the funeral, after the funeral, to have a utility truck to go up the pole and remove the light. Like I'm seeing this with my own eyes.
Auntie Mama in the building.
Auntie Mama.
What's up, Auntie Mama? I remember this incident. She from West Memphis too. This is my auntie. Yeah, that's crazy. So the utility. So this had to. With that being done, that do show some discrepancies. Like it show like you trying to cover up something. Like to me, it just from how it sound. You know what I mean? Like what's the purpose of taking the light out when it's finna be dark?
And the news like that.
Yeah, it was approaching. It was approaching.
Look, they waited until it got dark, and then like the Steeplechase is on the north side, so the north side was completely dark or whatever. So what made me get ready to go around the corner, because my mother was around the corner, and plus my cousin Asian mother stayed right on DeAunta Farrow. So I go around there to see what they was doing or whatever, and that's utility truck caught my eyes. Because it's pitch black dark out here. What is that truck doing up their pole? So then when the lights come back on, hey, their pole is missing the whole light.
Oh shit! So they took the light to make it seem like visibility.
Yes.
Damn, that's cold, boy. That's cold.
So I can go right now of that light, and it got that police light up there now. But why all the other poles have a regular light on it? Like, make it make sense.
So you told us who he was as a person, things that he liked, stuff that he liked to eat, and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Basically, his characteristics was he was a young man. He was a good young man. The incident happened. The day of the incident, it seemed like you had a pretty fair day up until the incident. After the fact of all of this, everybody coming, the ambulance that came an hour later and all this, you seen the light get changed. How did your night?
The helicopter made it first.
Okay.
The helicopter made it first. When they made it, they wasn't there 5 minutes. They was in and out just like that. So when they left, that's when a black guy from the ambulance driver, it was a black guy came over to the family. He asked mom, he said, this your son? And she was like, yeah. He said, I got some bad news. He said, that baby was DOA when we made it. He said, it's dead on arrival. And so that's when she passed out in her But then here go the fucked up part.
Okay.
What's up, Tay?
My auntie Catherine, she's standing beside me. I'm crying. Like, can the girl stop crying? She said, wipe the tears from your eye. We got to get paid.
That's crazy.
So now, here go the fucking drama. This woman sat here and told us, don't talk to the news people. Don't put nothing in the newspaper. Let the police figure it out. So I'm trying to figure out, like, how is we going to let somebody figure some shit out when they were the ones who caused this problem?
Yeah.
So you're gonna let them figure it out. You basically gonna let them paint the narrative and tell the story.
Yeah, why the light bulb got
Yeah.
light got taken down.
So going from the incident like that, go ahead.
Then you got the toy gun that they saying he had his hands on. It's supposed to be his. That was all they found. But it took a week later for another family member to find that chip bag in a pop bottle. Make that make sense.
So he never even had a weapon on him at all.
He never had a weapon on him.
And that's so explain this to me, because this is what I'm trying to see. Like two young black boys walking from their mama house or auntie house back to their
Yep, that's exactly why.
Okay, walking back to they cousin house after going to see their auntie and stuff like this. Now, from and we probably gonna get into this when we get into the trial part of it, but I'm trying to understand, like, what will make you just draw a gun on two teenagers and just open fire? Like,
they not even teenagers though.
Right, not even teenagers yet.
Not even teenagers, man. These is young kids, man. You can tell a young kid.
Yeah. So my thing is this. Like, what did they say made them do what they did? Like, did they say that they seen him with a weapon or he charged at them?
Yeah. I want to know too.
He said he wasn't for sure. Now the paperwork, he said he wasn't for sure what it was. He said it looked like he was walking with something in his hand, and so he asked his passenger, did he see that in that boy's hands that he flashed? And he was like, do it look like a gun? But then in the paperwork, this guy, he's supposed to have the gun tucked in his hand, up under his shirt, something like that. And like, it's so many different stories with that gun. It's crazy.
But I got a question for you specifically, Candis, because you were there. So here's because you were within ear's distance to hear them when they were coming. Yeah. The gunshots made you go off course, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here's my question to you: did you hear the police accost them, ask them, hey, or identify them? Because you were in ear's distance. So everything that the police would have said to them, you would have been able to hear, right?
Mm-hmm. Just like when I heard him tell him get on the ground after he shot, I would have heard everything. I didn't hear nothing after he.
That was something I came to when I was reading through everything, and I heard, and I told you I watched your story, the other podcast you did. I was like, okay, so if she could hear them coming, then she damn sure would have heard the police say, hey, police, identify themselves. Hey, what are you doing? What's in your hands? Put your hands up. You would have heard all of this, but you heard gunshots before you even heard get on the ground.
Man, this is crazy, bro.
So help me understand to the law enforcement officials and the politicians of the city that's supposed to represent the city and the best for the people. We think we putting this out there. I'm asking these simple questions based off things I read in the interview I watched. How are y'all justifying that she was there and she never heard the police identify themselves. Before she heard anything from law enforcement, she heard gunshots.
That's
so I need that to be I need that to be addressed. Like y'all saying that everything that could be done has been done, and I call bullshit.
Hey, Candis. In trial, I want to touch a little brief on the trial, and we're gonna take a break, and then we come back. We're gonna dive right back into it. So, within trial, once trial began, and all of the findings and stuff came about, like, was that even a question in the trial? Like, did those officers get asked what made you open fire on this young man like this? And what caused you to take your level of defense to the level that you did? Because if he didn't have nothing like on him pointing at them or charging at them or nothing like that, I don't see how they could have just legally did what they did.
He's saying he was fearing for his life.
How?
And so,
but why?
And the judge was like, well, how was you fearing for your life when he was two kids? And he was like, you walked up on them. He said, they didn't walk up on you. He said, you didn't describe yourself as no police. You didn't have on no police clothes. You didn't have on anything that said you was the police. He said, you didn't pull your badge out. He said, you just opened fire on two young boys.
Man. It's frustrating me, man, just to even hear all of the.
And then the judge told him, he was like, well, he said, to be honest, he said, if it was me, he said, I would have shot your ass. He said, because how you just gonna walk up on somebody and don't introduce yourself?
Right. I mean, that ain't even legal. You gotta let yourself be known on who you are. You know what I'm saying? It has been cases where it's happened though, and police then get shot and killed. You know what I'm saying? And people still did time behind those things. But man, look, we're gonna take a quick break and then we'll be back to hop back into the details about the trial and stuff like that and the outcome and things like that. Hey, y'all keep it locked. You tuned into the H.O.G Podcast show, and we're talking about the DeAunta Farrow story, man. We'll be right back.
I'm blessed, thank God for making me blessed. I went through the struggle, I went through the pain, thank God for making me next. I'm blessed, thank God for making me blessed. I went through the struggle, I went through the pain, thank God for making me next. I'm blessed. I speak to the young and I speak to the youth. If it's not me, then I know it's not you. I'm thanking God cause I know I can't lose. I'm praying up so I figure my moves. I'm planning out lessons, I'm taking the quest. It's me versus me, don't know who the best. These words hitting hard, the center is chest. The crown is heavy for whoever is best. I'm blessed, thank God for making me blessed. I went through the struggle, I went through the pain, thank God for making me next. I'm blessed, thank God for making me blessed. I went through the struggle, I went through the pain, thank God for making me next. I'm blessed.
Walking up slow, but I'm standing on business. A king with the crown, my queen be the witness. Mentally tough, you can't play with my fitness. I value my family, that be the richest. Hop out the whip and I'm blessed. Yes, I cannot deal with the mess. Stress, problems we get off our chest. Yes, God, he gon' carry the load, I'm blessed. Look to the cloud for my energy. Grandma, I feel for my enemies. I hope that you peepin' the synergy. I be a king till they preachin' my eulogy. How can I lose when I'm royalty? Bridges I'm burning, they can't with no loyalty. Give me my flowers and feed me my grapes. I'm due for some women this morning.
I'm blessed, thank God for making me blessed. I went through the struggle, I went through the pain, thank God for making me next. I'm blessed.
Yeah. Come on, man. You already know what the fuck it is, man. H.O.G the brand. I'm like, fuck they saying. Cheddar. Hey, Nobody coming close, I move just like a ghost. Almost wintertime. Should I hit them with the project or continue making moves? Let the spectators watch it. Can't overlook this shit. Bitch, my grind too obvious. Spontaneous trips, landing on islands. Graduated, no more public housing. Bought a home, the young niggas clowning. Assets don't lead to progress. You better stack up your money and invest in some shit. Entertainer like MC Hammer.
And welcome back to the H.O.G Podcast show. We talking the DeAunta Farrow story tonight with special guest Candis Farrow in the building with us tonight. Right after break, we go into birthday shots out. We ain't gonna make it too long tonight because this is a serious matter. So for birthday shots out this month, I got my homeboy Cassidy, one of my aunties, Dominique, and also my little cousin Jory. And I think Mia's birthday was this week too. Shout out to the birthday people. You got anybody with a birthday this month, Candis?
No.
Okay.
They'll be all right.
She said, all right. Anybody else on the panel got a birthday shout out?
Tomorrow is my wife's birthday.
Hey, happy birthday, sis.
Yep.
I didn't got no birthday, but I got some rest in pieces.
Yeah, go ahead.
Rest in peace to I lost a lot of family members recently. We call Mother Thomas, Minnie Thomas, back home. Somebody I grew up with in the church, part of the family, everything. Rest in peace to Teresa Seward, which another family member. That was her mom that just passed away less than 30 days ago, and then she just passed away a few days ago. And then rest in peace to Teresa Walker. She passed away last night. So my rest in peace. I had to put them out there.
Prayers up for the family, man, through the tough times.
And, blessed born day to my little brother Josh and my little niece. His daughter was the day before, the 4th.
Oh yeah. Okay, she said Josh. Yep. Okay.
She take checking me.
Right. So town business spotlight gonna go to this situation right here, what we talking about tonight, the DeAunta Farrow story. You know what I'm saying? And simply because, like, man, justice need to be served. You know what I'm saying? Point blank.
Blessed born day to my auntie or my aunt Sharon. Yeah.
For sure.
I put your business and stuff, but yeah, good.
So let's get back into it, Candis. We left off on
and my sister, hold on, one more. My sister checking me in the comments. Yeah, bless a 43rd anniversary to my mom, my pop.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Humboldt, Tennessee, man.
Yeah. Shout out to the Dawsons, Mr. and Mrs.
Yes, sir.
For sure. But Candis, so before we left off, we was talking about a lot of different things that, you know, the discrepancies about this thing. We got up until like after the incident, like him being covered up and things like that. So I want to start back at that point. The young man that was with him, right? The young man that was with him when he was coming through the middle of the trees and stuff like that, after the incident happened and things like that, from my understanding, he was taken by the police, right? Mm-hmm. Did they ever state why they took him?
The police was trying to say he was scared for his life. He was lying to say that my cousin was pointing a gun at him. So
the police was now trying to say that not DeAunta, but the person that was with him.
Oh no, Lamont. No, they didn't say. Look, like Lamont, he was 14 at the time when Tay got killed, and Tay was 12. So it's like, by my family didn't go the correct way to do the stuff or whatever. And by the time Lamont hit 18 and it was time for trial, it was like it was his word against their word. And so since me and Hub was a witness, and by the time we started trial, that's when we found out we wasn't a witness. So
bring me up to speed. After the incident happened, how long did it take for trial to begin on this case? Like,
Trial started in either 2010 or 2011.
Damn.
And the incident happened in what year?
2007.
So trial didn't start until
That's
4
crazy.
years later.
It was either in 10 or either 11.
Shit. Excuse my language, but
Fuck. No, mine too, but still, like, wow.
For real.
okay. So trial starts 4 years after the incident, which is already a red flag. You know, for it's like on the legal side of things, I would say. You know what I mean? For you to be able to have like concrete, it's a lot of stuff that you can forget within 4 years. It's a lot of things that can change.
It was 4 years because Lamont had already turned 14. Yeah, he had already turned 14. So when we had trial, he was 18.
Okay, so Lamont, look, after the effect of DeAunta being on the ground, all the family members coming, the ambulance then came an hour after that. What happens to Lamont? Is that his name? What happens
Yeah,
to?
you call him Lamont or Ansel.
Okay, so what happens to Lamont?
He was in a police station. He was at the police station until his dad went.
So they took him from. So they took him from the scene.
Yeah, they put him in handcuffs and took him to the police station.
This bro, how the fuck
did they? Because
that sounds like intimidation to me because they didn't have no reason that they needed to arrest him for.
Or question him
My
as
point
a
is
minor.
He's a victim.
That sounds like straight intimidation. Like so, he was this situation. What happened to me in my mind? You terrify him after he's already seen his loved one murdered.
He traumatized.
So to drive it home further, you remove him from the scene in handcuffs and you intimidate him even more. So his testimony was never going to be able to be taken. Y'all understand that, right? Like they was never going to be able to take his testimony and use it in a way that would have been objective in getting justice.
And
they traumatized him completely.
It's like, what grounds was he arrested on? If you shot him, what grounds was he arrested on? They was both sharing the gun. They both sharing the gun, pointing it at you, holding hands. The fake gun that didn't exist.
Blowing my mind, bro. Like, and people saying that everything that could be done has been done. Y'all full of shit.
So Candis, so going forth with that night, everything that happened, they done took Mun to the jail cell. And they probably kept him there for a couple hours. First of all, he 14 years old. He probably shouldn't even go ahead.
They was intimidating him. He should say stuff. That's why I had called his dad. Soon I seen him put him in handcuffs and drive off with him. I called his dad. I said, "Hey, Ansel," I said, "Tay just got shot." I said, "Go to the police station and pick up your son." I said, "I don't know why they didn't put him in handcuffs. They didn't put him in handcuffs and took him to the police station." I said, "Please go get your baby." And I said, and Tatum got shot. So Lamont didn't even know Tate was dead. They didn't cover his body. They didn't do none of that. So when Tate passed, I had to call his daddy back so he could be the one to tell Lamont that Tate had passed.
So they interrogated him, and it should have been on video. If they asked him anything, it should have been on video.
Yeah, that's why
video, audio.
He was 14. They shouldn't have been asking him shit. They shouldn't have been asking him shit. He was a minor.
If they did, it still should be on video, audio, something.
So, like I think Candis was saying, at this point in time, body cams weren't even in effect right then.
They just wanted to remove him off the scene as fast as possible.
That's what I'm saying, to intimidate the hell out of him, so that even if he testify, a defense attorney is gonna destroy him on the stand because they done traumatized him so much. Y'all gotta understand how they play the game. That's strategy. What you listening to her tell y'all is the strategy they use to make his testimony inadmissible, unusable.
So going forward with that, diving into the trial, because I know your emotions and everything was probably all over the place right after you seen your little cousin laying on the ground, then your other little cousin get taken down for questioning and all of that. So going into the trial situation, first of all, was there a lawyer that represented the family on who?
Jay Bailey.
Jay Bailey?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't it a Bailey? One of the officers named Bailey too?
Yeah, that was Officer Bailey. I don't know Bailey first name, but the lawyer, his name was Jay Bailey. He from Memphis.
Okay.
Bro,
So-
I don't remember. I remember some bad shit with that name Jay Bailey when I was a little
Yeah,
boy.
he was scamming people. And that's why I tried to tell my aunt don't use him, but Catherine again,
Yeah, when I
that's
was a
somebody that
teenager,
she
I
came over
remember
with
some
and didn't know
bad
nothing
shit
about
with the
that
name
man.
Jay Bailey behind it.
Mm.
Like what she's saying. Exactly what she's
And
saying.
then plus he was on the news for scamming people right before trial. And so I called Debbie and told her, I said, TC, I said, we don't need to use him. I said, look at all the stuff that's coming out. And she was like, oh, he want this case. He claimed that he gonna help us win this. And I said, TC, I said, please try to find somebody else. I said, that man ain't finna help us. And I be damned. We go to trial, man. Them folks switched on us like crazy.
So you go to trial. How is the jury? Is it some black folks in the jury? Is it all white?
All white. All white. All white. They looked
don't
like they
surprise
was
me at all.
between the ages of 18 and 19.
Okay.
So
So
they didn't know nothing about the trial. They just there talking
So-
and doing everything, like ain't paying no attention to nothing.
So you go to the trial. You getting represented by this dude Bailey that's already got a bad reference to his name from Memphis. And within the trial, like, were you a witness? Were the guy that was with DeAunta? Did he ever get called to be a witness? How did that go?
Only people that they used for a witness is they did Lamont, because he was the main witness since he got put in handcuffs and taken to jail. Went to the police station. And Adrian. And my auntie Catherine used Adrian because her and Adrian was getting along. But it's supposed to have been all four of us.
Was Adrian
But
at the scene though?
Yeah,
Was that the
you remember
cousin
I
that was
told
with you? Okay, that was the cousin that was with you.
That was the cousin that stayed in the apartment complex.
Okay.
That's what we ended up walking to when we got in the grass, remember?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you never got called to be a witness, even though you was a witness. You never got called to testify.
The main witness, me or his brother. Me and his brother was two of the main witnesses, but when we had trial, when nobody the witness but Lil Mon and Adrian.
So who's in control of that though? Who's in control of, like, like, can people come forth and say, hey, I was a witness in this situation and I want to tell what I seen? Or was it like you said, stating like handpicked type thing by the lawyer or by family members? How did
it seemed like
it had to be a family member because his mother knew the whole time that me and her son was a witness because, hey, I'm the one that called her. And the son, he's telling her everything, like we together telling this woman stuff. But since her sister, like I said, was a money hungry situation going on, and the family, Catherine now want to be the rich people in the family, and they treat us like the broke folks in the family. So when Tay got killed, we was basically not shit to them. So everything that was going on, they didn't know that baby laid on the ground for an hour straight. They didn't know Lil Mon got handcuffed and taken to the police station. When I tell you they didn't know nothing, but they had trial, which was crazy.
Who was it? She said, we should have been interviewed thinking of his childhood and well-being at the time in advance.
I'm confused about that comment. That's why I put it up.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you know who that is, Candis?
Shamika Suski.
Okay, you can see. She said we should have been interviewed. Okay. Well, that's still possible. Miss Candis reached out to us.
I'm more than welcome to get interviewed now.
Hey, look, Miss Candis reached. Let's make something clear too. I want to make something real clear about what's going on right now too, though. Hold on, like before we get any further with the interview, I want to make something real clear. Like this ain't forced. This ain't about no likes. This ain't about no views. We ain't getting a red cent off this. This is mainly and solely because we feel that the situation is not right. Like a young man got his life taken, point blank, period. His family member reached out to me and asked if she can come on the podcast and talk about his story. And we agreed to do that. Me being from West Memphis, I feel like that I play a part in helping community in this way. And this is what I'm doing to give back and to show my concern about it. So if anybody got anything, they want to talk about or anything, it's a way to go about that. You can email us at the H.O.G Podcast email at the end of the show. Otherwise, we're going to keep it going with what we got going right now. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the facts of it. So, Candis, picking up what you said, like, so we in trial. We at the point to where, y'all didn't even get called to be witnesses when y'all was there and y'all was trying to get to the area where he was, but was told stop and got guns pulled on y'all and all this different type of stuff. That had to be traumatizing. So walk us through that trial. Okay, it was all white jury. It's just saying like it was just all over the place. Like these people that's professionals didn't really dissect this whole situation the way that it's supposed to been did, because it's not adding up to me that you were never called to the stand to testify, and also your other relative that was with you never got called to testify.
His brother.
So what was Mun's? So Mun, you said Mun did testify though, right?
But since he was 18, it was like it was his word against their word. They didn't want to hear that shit.
Well, okay. So how? I mean, since there was so many years in between that time, like how was he mentally dealing with this? Did you see some changes in him from the point of the passing to the trial?
Hey, look,
did he even have the strength to be in that trial to be even talking?
Look, Isaiah was born in 1990, 4 years before Tay. And the whole time that they was here on earth, they spent it down there every day together. That I was with them. So they had a bond. And so when he got killed, it hurt all of us, all the cousins. Didn't nobody get counseling for that. Didn't nobody never talk to us to ask us how we feel. I wasn't the only person having dreams. Mom was having dreams. We all was having dreams.
Of course, he traumatized. He was saying his cousin got killed cold blood like that. And
then they did what they did after that.
So
yep, like,
we don't even know what happened in the police station, bro.
When he got killed, the next day, Chief Powder got on the news and told my aunt to get over it. He didn't send his condolences. He didn't do none of that. He didn't fire his narcotic. He sat there and let that man resign the next day. Like, come on, man.
No empathy at all for the situation.
Oh, nothing. And then when we lost in trial, he the first person to get on the news again and was like, now they done lost the case. The mother ain't finna get paid. She should have just took what we offered her, and then they ain't getting nothing because Arkansas don't never lose a case. What you mean y'all don't lose a case? Y'all main witnesses sitting right here, but since we got some messed up people in the family, we couldn't even testify. You see what I'm saying? And
that's
I feel like that was so wrong.
That's the most mind-boggling thing out the whole situation to me, to be honest, bro.
It ain't about winning the case. It's about justice. It's about doing what's right.
And get the specifics.
It's okay to lose the case, knowing the facts. It's okay to lose the case, but okay, I have to represent this case, but we really know what's going on.
When you got money hungry people in the family, like shit change up. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. That's why everything went left. It didn't go as it's supposed to be went. Your main witnesses was family members. It wasn't no outsiders. It was nothing but family. So how do we have trial and you get to hollering about, oh, I got my own witnesses? You just ain't even your son. Like, come on.
So it took 4 years for the trial to start. How long did the trial last before it was finalized?
A week, 5 days.
5 days.
Hey, not even a
5
full
days.
week.
Monday through Friday.
Boy.
The shortest trial I ever seen in my life when it comes to a death. When it comes to somebody getting a child getting killed at that.
Child.
How do y'all have a trial for 5 days? I still don't understand it.
So take us back. So you were present at every court hearing within this case,
I
right?
was there every day.
So being there every day and hearing the specifics and hearing how things that you know happen a certain type of way wasn't presented the way that you know they happen in court. How did you feel? How did you feel after the verdict? Like when they made the decision of what was your feeling?
Look, we was gone or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I was reading that comment.
Yeah,
we read two comments.
Yeah, we read them too.
It was the last day, and so after the judge was letting us know that
What you mean by risk?
that the police did murder my cousin, he was telling my aunt, he said, if you don't win this case today, he said, please take it back to trial. He said, because your son was murdered. So, okay, we leave or whatever. We go out to eat, and then we go back to the room. But before we
so
left
the family go out to eat. The family go out to eat, or just you and
the whole family was there.
Okay.
And so then by the time we make it back to the room, Jay Bailey had called my auntie, told her we didn't win the case. My auntie Pam, my little mother, her lawyer never called her. And then the sheriff, he got on the news, and that's when he said what he said. That we ain't gonna get nothing.
Just bluntly and open like that, with no type of concern of how the family would take the way that it's being said and stuff like that. So,
Man, they didn't care for nothing.
With understanding, how deaths go, and sometimes, deaths can separate families in certain situations, or emotions and tensions and stuff like that can arise. So, what do you feel like you stand with the family at this point, like for us, like after everything? Huh?
I don't like my family. None of them. It's 10 of them left. I don't like them. And them all my grandma and kids. Because for my grandma to have, she had 12. My Aunt Pam passed. So now that leave you with 11 kids. And it's 11 of y'all, and don't none of y'all have the audacity to sit there and come together as a family and do nothing for this baby?
Yeah, that's what's confusing me, because stuff like this creates more unity than ever. It don't create separation.
Well, it should.
And nothing should be able to come in the picture to create separation when it comes to trying to honor his name. Yeah. Just try to honor his name and his life. And you know what I mean? Try to put everything back in the right perspective. Even just bringing the family keeping its own peace and keeping its own strength together. Even though he gone, you say you celebrate 19 years right now.
Yeah.
His life. Like that should be a coming together, a balloon release every year. With the
something
whole
consistent.
I tried to do that last year and didn't nobody show up.
So did the city honor DeAunta in any type of way after his passing?
You need to stop playing. These folks ain't done shit for that boy.
Like no marches, no movements, no
license,
no community marches.
They don't even speak on this boy. Period. Marco was with the city council then. He's a whole mayor. And he representing the white people. He ain't studying the black people here.
At the time
It's
of
sad
that
to say
incident,
you was a black man and you're not messed up about the
Going
blacks here.
along to get along.
The whites, this is the ones you messed about. They constantly bringing up the West Memphis 3. You got a white boy from Marion that was just hung from a tree and found buck naked. The police got fired for doing that. You feel me? But here, ain't nobody talking about DeAunta Farrow. Only time you will see somebody talk about DeAunta if you go on my page.
but did they try to make a street in his name or something like that? If I'm mistaken,
That's what I was going to do ready to say. Man, now
okay.
make this
Tell
make sense.
me about it. Yeah, tell me about it.
How do you get a street named after you in less than a month that you didn't get killed? You didn't get killed, but you don't get justice.
Ass backwards. I'm saying like
Bass Alkers.
bass backwards. Boy,
That's crazy. So it hasn't been no ongoing like awareness about this situation. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm glad that you reached out to me, man, to even come on here and talk about this story. Because being that I'm from West Memphis, being that I'm from West Memphis, I think I was already here in Minnesota when this happened. I think I was here probably about 3 years. And like I heard about it. I didn't like what I heard from it. I didn't agree with what happened, like for us, like especially the law enforcement being involved and stuff like that. So it is honoring that you even willing to keep the fight going to try to get justice for this young man. You know what I'm saying? Like, because from everything that I'm hearing, even the articles that I done read, like it still ain't making sense to me why nobody's been held accountable for it.
Sense.
Like it's just it ain't making sense.
I read every piece of everything you sent, and it still don't answer the question. Well, one, what was his motive for taking the action he took?
Right. That's the main.
What was the consequence to his action because he wasn't justified in taking the action?
Yeah, especially if you narco, right? So if you undercover, why is you messing with kids?
Yeah,
what was the objective?
You know who you looking for if you undercover, bro. Like, cut it the fuck out.
Yeah, because this sounds like one of them police officers that don't like nobody in the neighborhood, whether it's your kids, nothing.
He was a racist cop. He came from Little Rock. He was racist, and when he came here, they didn't do a background check on him. And then after trial, when they won, I went to this grocery store here in town. And it was a white lady at customer service. I never forget. Like I got a tattoo. I got my cousin's picture on my arm. And that white lady was like, "Oh, I like your tattoo." And she was like, "That's your son?" I'm like, "No, ma'am, that's my little cousin." And so we just was talking, and then she was telling me how her son was little at the time, but he had a Facebook page. And so she was telling me that I guess he must have knew Ellis' son. So he seen the boy make a post. He was like, "My daddy and family got a chance to kill him a nigga." And she said her son had cooked the boy out, and he came and told her about it. And she said she usually get on him for talking, saying bad words, but she said she didn't do nothing to him that time. And this was a white lady telling me that.
So with this case being, so with this case being as big as it was, like for us, like man, a baby lost his life to law enforcement. Were there any like did any civil right or community leaders reach out to raise awareness about what happened to DeAunta?
Only person we seen was Al Sharpton. Since the family wasn't speaking, he only came and marched with us once, and he came to the funeral, and we never seen him again.
So there was nobody locally, no local activists that actually lived there.
Jesse Jackson, he supposed to been came with him, but he didn't ever come. He changed his mind at the last minute. But other than that, somebody local here, no.
That don't surprise me.
And you know what's crazy to me about that though?
I don't too much like them type people because
I
did want to even. They want their 15 minutes.
I don't fuck with Sharpton or Jesse Jackson.
These the 15 minutes people.
Yeah, no.
But on a broader scale, West Memphians, people that have teenagers, people that get young people that they raising up and stuff like that, the community should have been behind bringing the word and said it as well. Whether it was marches, going down to the city council, going down to the whatever, the city of West Memphis, standing in front of their protests and whatever they had to do to make sure that like this get attention. Like
we did 3 marches, but the case just didn't go that far because you didn't have your witnesses. That's the whole thing. You didn't have your witnesses there, but you got them sitting in the stand.
But
make that make sense.
Is, the case people can be tried again.
Yeah, it can be reopened.
It can be tried again. The case can be tried again.
I got the files. I sent y'all the files and showed y'all some stuff where they done changed up. Everybody that did a statement, I think. The 16 pages I sent you?
Every page.
Let me ask you a question.
It's still, like I said, there's still no, the structure of it all is just a whole bunch of bullshit. It's a whole bunch of bullshit being said. I thought this happened. This took place. We thought this. No DNA here, but DNA here. Okay, well, ain't that something? Y'all just keep going on and on and on. It ain't nothing objective in this shit. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Who wrote this shit? Half-ass investigation. That was a half-ass investigation.
It wasn't half. They changed the words around. They changed the words around. Like my statement, they got me sounding so stupid. They got my auntie sounding like all she bought her son was toy guns. Like everybody they got a statement from, they got to make me seem like he had a toy gun, or either he had a gun. Like I don't understand it.
Let me ask you a question. How many on a regular day in the summertime? How many white folks walking around your neighborhood?
I be in the house. I ain't even going to TV.
I mean, if they was on a regular walking through the neighborhood, wouldn't they be recognizable to even him?
Mm-hmm.
Both kids. And then if they was, they would have recognized him from being in the neighborhood. If they on this surveillance.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to figure out where the threat came from.
Right? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, there wasn't none of that.
I don't care what. It could be broad daylight,
no
dark.
Talk of threat in all that paperwork.
Dark.
In all that paperwork. They didn't show me nothing. They didn't show me no evidence that boy did something that should have got him shot and killed. Nothing.
So before I get to this next question, Candis, I want to ask you this because on the H.O.G Podcast show, we always it's a problem and then it's a solution to the problem. That's our like objective. We always get the problem, then we get the solution. The problem in this situation would be that this young man had his life taken by the police and nobody's been held accountable, right? Mm-hmm. So in solution, the solution will be in some sense of getting justice for this young man, you know what I'm saying? Because nobody has been held accountable yet. So do you feel like there's anything that you and your family that may not be seeing eye to eye can do to rekindle them relationships so that you guys can continue the fight for justice for DeAunta?
This family ain't got to do nothing but come together. That's it. And I already tried to tell him. The boy, he want his family to come together as a family and give him justice. Just like y'all see all the other families come together when they loved ones get killed by police. That's all the baby wants. He want his family to come together as one to get him justice, so they can all be happy and see that one last smile that last time. But they so stubborn they don't want to do it. And so he asking for justice, he begging for justice, they don't want to give it to him. So he's at that point to where, hey, if y'all don't want to give me justice, then I'm gonna take a life. We just had a funeral. Y'all went on my page. We just had a funeral. Ain't nobody going into heaven. They all going to hell. It's been 19 years, and that baby said he wants justice before 20. He burnt his mama house up in 2024. And I tried to tell, huh?
Go ahead.
What you gonna say?
I was about to say, so you do get faith that this case can be reopened. You know what I'm saying? For us, when it comes to everybody, the people, like you say, like with families, sometimes when it goes to these type of extents, everybody might not be on board to be able to go forth with trying to get justice. But the ones that are, most definitely, man, it should be that, like, that's an act now type thing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying that to you because I've been listening to you. Like when we first talked about it, when you called me, like how passionate you was, and like I just heard like some of your voice to where, like, regardless of how passionate you is about it or how you may express yourself, that shouldn't push people away from wanting to get justice for this man, knowing that it's not like the case wasn't handled the right way.
Yep.
It's evident that it didn't have handled the right way, just with the evidence that you have. You not being asked to testify. The other guy, he was asked to testify, but he got taken down prior to testifying, and all of this different questioning and stuff as a kid. You know, it's just a lot of stuff. So I just feel like, man, hopefully this conversation can encourage you to reach out to your family. And like I said, I know it may not be easy. You know what I'm saying? But reach out to your family, man, and like really, really dissect and see what y'all can do.
Reach out. Me reaching out, that's gonna be hard, friend. Cause I moved to Louisiana in 2017. I came back here in 2022. Him and my grandma came to me because it's at the point where he, like I said, he wants justice. He's been coming to me ever since 2021, and it's to the point where he wants justice and he want it bad. He tired of every time you turn on the TV or go on Facebook and TikTok, they talking about Trayvon Martin and Breonna Taylor. He got killed first. So he's trying to figure out, why don't nobody speak on me? Like, what have I done? I was just a child. I haven't done nothing to nobody for nobody to treat me like this. My own parents don't want to have nothing to do. Like, don't nobody even go to his grave. Like, I have to go to his grave. And so it's like I was right here to come reopen his case. They don't need nobody else to get on this stand but me. Only thing I need is that case reopened. And when that case get reopened, DeAunta Farrow then already told me he gonna use my body. He gonna get on that stand and tell everything that never came out. He want the world to know, because when he got killed, everybody didn't know what happened to DeAunta Farrow. Can't too many people tell you what happened to DeAunta Farrow.
Man, my heart go out to your family and to the people that are affected and hurt behind this and traumatized and stuff like that. And as you said within the conversation, man, it should be some type of counsel that can be provided just on the fact of that. You know what I mean? Like, that's a tough thing to have to mentally deal with, you know, a loss like that, and try to go forth. Like, you know, everybody always say, oh, it's gonna be all right and it's gonna be this and it, but that's because you ain't never really been in that situation. You don't know what it is to lose a child. You don't know what it is. And I heard you speak about having a stillborn one time. So you know what it is to not, I mean, to lose a child in a sense, right? You know, and depression. It's a lot of different things that come behind it. You know what I'm saying? And it's just to me, man. I feel like I'm about to fall out my seat. To me, man, I feel like yeah, it's a lot that can be done, and we with you, man, and support and stuff like that. Whatever when it comes to like if you're doing like balloon releases in the town, if you're doing any marches or stuff like that, when I'm in the town and I'm available to get out there and help push this narrative, like I'm with it. I'm with supporting you in it. You know what I'm saying?
I come to the town for a march. That ain't nothing.
Yeah. And like you said, like so you are still doing things to make sure that DeAunta is remembered and that he get justice, right? We know that from
Yeah, that's supposed to.
yeah, we know that
I feel like look, I feel like if I would have had Facebook like everybody else, because I didn't use Facebook until 2015. If I would have been had Facebook, I feel like his story would have been got pushed out. Because everybody else, they was scared to even make a post about him. It's always, I miss you post, but nobody never got down to the nitty gritty part on what really happened to DeAunta Farrow. Now the ones with common sense, they say, yeah, I believe he had a shit bag in a pop bottle. But then your racist people, he had a gun, he had a gun. Like, come on, like, no, that baby didn't have a gun. And I'm glad that I was able to get the files and share them with y'all so y'all can see what I see. And plus the stuff that I done already been through.
And we appreciate you for even. We appreciate you for even.
Go on and say something.
Nah, go ahead. Go ahead.
When that movie, The Reading came out, he had me to get in contact with one of my cousins that do reading. And so I called her. I asked her would she do his mother a reading, and she was like, "Yes." I paid her $25. And when she did the reading, like the baby popped up on her. He popped up on her, and he told her he want justice. He told her to go get the files, and don't y'all know she ignored that baby for a whole year. And so last year, I ended up taking my baby to school. And when I came home, he said, Candis, he said, look up cold case. So I did it. And I got the number in Memphis. And I talked to a lady. And I told her what I needed my cousin files for. And I was telling her, like I told her everything. And she told me, she said, if everything that you telling me is true, find you a lawyer. I want you to take them papers and put them right on their desk. She said, because you got you a case. I said another thing. I said, I don't know who in my family head telling them that this case can't be reopened. But I said, I know it can be reopened. I said, because my cousin come to me and he talked to me. So I know it can be reopened. She said, well, tell whoever that think it can't be reopened that it can be reopened.
Yep.
I said, that's all I need to know.
It damn so can. And it damn so should be, because ain't nothing in that paperwork. Ain't nothing in that paperwork. The signs of a due diligent investigation. Nothing.
So do you know the steps, or have you looked into the steps that it take to getting this case reopened?
No, because a lot of people tell me that his mother got to do it. But since I talked to the woman at cold case, she told me I can do it since I'm the main witness.
I mean, you would think so. You would think
I
so.
I had called around a couple of places, like I said when he first started coming to me. And I had called a couple of places in Memphis. And this woman, she was like, what you trying to get the case? You ain't the mother, that's on his mother to be doing. I said, but ma'am, I'm the main witness of the whole situation. And it was like, she didn't want to hear it.
People just need to mind their damn business and do their damn job. That would be. But you don't need to be asking nobody what they doing for. If she within her legal right, then do your job and shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I'm just irritated by the fact that she's so passionate about what she's talking about, how the mother, anybody else ain't standing 10 toes behind her trying to push and keep pushing. Like, you got somebody on here that's crying about your son that ain't here no more. You know what I mean? Still trying to keep the name alive and stuff like that. And if there's any type of division, it don't make no damn sense.
None.
I mean, you can pray about it, talk to God about it. We still gonna have some common sense in this motherfucker for real.
I don't think these folks want to do is sit up there and get mad at me every time I bring up this baby. I feel like he needs justice just like everybody else. I don't want no money. If they feel like it's about money, I don't want money. That baby was taken in front of me. Hell, he's supposed to be came back to my house and then make it back to my house. So no, I don't like that.
Right.
Yeah.
And your truth is your truth, though.
Yeah,
like that's the thing. Like, what people can't get mad about. Like, and they're just being like, I'm not here to speak on the behalf of the family. I'm learning what this case is about. I'm learning who DeAunta was. I'm learning that he liked it, chicken, boiled chicken that Candis cooked, or the Rice Krispie treats. We learning the different type of hobbies and stuff like this. But when I see the picture of a young man like that, man, I think about my son. Like God has said, I think about my kids. I think about West Memphis kids that's growing up in that same area. Do you know how many of my family members that stayed in Steeplechase in my childhood? You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of us that, like, majority of my family had apartments over there in Steeplechase at one time. This when we was growing up, like coming up as adolescents, like super young. You know what I mean? So they very well could have been any one of us. So that's what make me resonate and feel the pain that you expressing when it come to this shit. And it really ain't got nothing to do with differences. We gotta, as a culture and as people, we like them type of emotions. That's what showed that us as Black people, we don't know how to. We don't have that emotional intelligence to be able to control our emotions, especially in a situation like this. It shouldn't be to where your family members like at each other neck about something, about a child that we know that got killed by law enforcement. Like, man, whatever differences we get, we can sort that out on our own time. But the motive and the goal should be to get justice for this young man. You know what I mean? Point blank, period. Like, that's it. Yep. That is what it is, you know, from my perspective and from everything that I heard. Like I said,
you shouldn't let nobody just go kill your child without getting justice when you know your child didn't do nothing wrong.
Right. The kind of justice I want, if you kill my child, I can't get in no courtroom, though.
Look, what's with you know, they walk around with a toy gun with the orange tip on it. Come on, like what 12-year-old doing that?
Not in 2007. Not in 2000. I think too much shit. I think by that point, too much shit had happened with them little toy guns and shit for people to even be fucking with that shit anyway. Like, because I remember a lot of shit was going on with them toy guns and shit.
And even if they would, man, kids.
But yeah, I mean, but still, at the same time, like, they 12 and 14, bro. If you can't look at a 12 and 14-year-old and see that's what they are, something fucking wrong with you.
But have y'all ever understood that our kids are never really able to be kids? Like, they don't look at our kids and say, oh, they judge our kids off size. Like I was just telling Candis earlier today, man, I don't care how big a child is. They can be 6'3", whatever. It's gonna be something that it's gonna be something that indicates he's a child, whether his shoes are big or the way he talk, or it's gonna be the way he wears clothes. It's something that's gonna indicate that that's a child.
And they go judge the child based off of neighborhood too. We can't leave that out.
Exactly. And size though. So you feeling like you intimidated. And when you look at DeAunta, from the pictures that I seen, like, he was a fairly small guy, wasn't he, Candis? He was like mid-size, or
man, he was 12.
He was 12, so he was just like the regular size of the regular average 12-year-old. Well, back then, because some of them they getting too big now.
Yeah, they eating a lot of beans and shit down there. A lot of stuff. taking that creatine and shit.
Yeah, but he was
eating the chicken wings you was making.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I'll just say this. I don't know about the guys, but I mean, at this point, you can celebrate every year for him and come on to the podcast and talk about it every year. And if you got people that you want to bring with you that positive, uplifting, and that supporting the cause, bring them on the podcast and we'll celebrate his life every year in June. Right here.
I stamped it.
Going forward, I'm cool with it.
I stamped it.
You got some. You just know from this point forward, you got some people to celebrate his life with, even if you don't feel like family with you.
Yep.
You just got to be in it. You got to be in their face so much until they realize that, damn, she gets more support for strangers than she is family, and that ain't right. And keep doing it until they figure out that ain't right.
I've been like the 4th of July, one of a younger cousin, because I think he was the youngest out of all of them. So he remembered it Tay like the 4th of July. So he was like, well, I want to invite the family over so we all can enjoy the 4th of Tay. I'm sure I know didn't nobody show up but like a handful of cousins. Long as we all say DeAunta Farrow name, them folks do not come to nothing. But if y'all having something else or doing something else, hey, they will pop up. But when it comes to DeAunta, baby, they act like that boy never existed.
When was DeAunta's birthday?
It's September 7th.
Oh, September. Okay. So he a Virgo. So yeah, I'm a Libra. So going into this, like with that, like with that being the offer that got it through out there and stuff like that, like I'm willing to continuously, help you push the narrative until some results done behind it, what you feel that need to be done, because we ain't even family members, and we done read this story and listened to your input on what you're saying, and to me, it ain't nothing that's making something awkward to me. Like, it ain't nothing that's making me feel like, oh, Candis' side of the story is not what need to be heard type shit. You know what I mean?
Man,
so
look, Joe.
Go ahead.
You said favorite color red. That's my favorite color.
Yeah.
You talking about Mun. My big brother name is Mun. That's his nickname. He said his birthday is September 7th. That's my mama's birthday. Yep.
That's what's up.
It's a connection. It's a reason why we're here.
So I got something else to ask you though, because at one point you said that there was marches going on. Al Sharpton got involved and stuff like that. And at what point do you feel like the momentum or the motivation was lost for as a whole? Is the whole family trying to push for the justice?
That's the thing. That one person was the one that messed up the whole thing. She didn't want us talking to nobody. So when Al Sharpton made it, when he came and marched with us and when he came to the funeral, after that, he felt like he didn't have no reason to be around because ain't nobody telling him nothing.
Now, do you think she don't want nobody to talk about it because she tired? Do you feel like it's because she tired? It's just too much on her?
Yeah,
or do you feel like it's not that?
She never talked about it. She don't even know the full fucking story. That's what I'm trying to put out. She don't even know the story herself.
Appreciate it, Diamond.
Diamond, shout out to her, man. She got a book too. I gotta promote that. I left it upstairs tonight. Put your info in the comments for your book though. we'll talk about like the next podcast
Yeah.
because this is a super serious thing we talking about tonight. But yeah, so
It's so much stuff. Like I could sit there and tell y'all that didn't happen. For once, it was the money hungry stuff. The folks were money hungry, and when you money hungry, shit just ain't gonna work out. I'm just being honest.
so you feel like that was more focused on the compensation opposed to the justice for the young man.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
I can't say it was DeAunta's mother, but the ones that was involved around her, it was a money situation. That's all they wanted. That's why. Come on, what else can you think of to tell somebody that don't talk to the newspaper people and don't put nothing in the newspaper, let the police figure it out? There can't be nothing but a money issue. Because why when you sit there and do everything because you thinking in your head, well, since the police did it, we got a case right here. So we ain't got to do nothing else. They done killed them, so we got a case. That's what was going on in their head.
Yeah. Not even understanding the system and that it's real devils that work in the system. Like and we see that with everything that ain't adding up. Like, bro, it ain't nothing adding up from what they saying. But besides what you said with the chip and the pop thing, they found his DNA on it. Whatever gun that they said that they had that was present, he didn't have DNA on it. So that right there raised an alarm to me. Like, if I'm an investigator, like, man, I always been pretty precise when it comes to dissecting stuff. But like, this is like, I mean, this like a no-brainer. Like this damn lawyer.
It's pretty blatant.
He need to be
like, it's pretty blatant. Like it's right there to see. Like I don't really understand how motherfuckers is talking about, oh, we done everything we can. How? Shit. Explain
it's
that
the same
to me.
thing.
Well, if you saying you done everything you can do, explain that shit to me. What you done? I'll wait and listen. Fuck.
And she the number one person I'll be behind and keep pushing. I'm like, nope, that ain't right. Nope, that ain't right. When y'all lawyers ain't working out, y'all fired.
Yeah, get the fuck on.
Man, before we get up out of here, we're gonna have to do a moment of silence for him and bring up that video again at the end of the interview. I'm trying to get. I think Candis took a break real quick. She had to take a quick little break and stuff like that. For those that's tuned in, you are tuned in to the H.O.G Podcast show. We're talking about the DeAunta Farrow story tonight, which is a young man that was killed by law enforcement in West Memphis, Arkansas, man. And it's been over 19 years, and man, nobody has been held accountable. So his cousin Candis came on, gave us some insight on the case and on how the incident went down and things like that. And man, like, as a community, as a culture, as people, we definitely need to try to do what we need to do to bring awareness to this situation and do whatever we can do to help, try to get this case reopened and trial fairly, you know what I'm saying? Because from everything that she discussed tonight, man, like it's definitely some things that was left out, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. There's definitely some things that need to be addressed. So
Because if you tell, okay, and can we closing, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so my whole thing is this, right? Y'all know me. I'm not trying to beat a dead horse, right? So I'm just trying to find things that I know make sense, that are relevant, and I'm reading all this paperwork and I'm listening to her story. And I'm like, okay, so wait, so you was in the ear's distance of the whole situation. So if the police had did what the police is supposed to do by the police doctrine, then you would have heard the police say, hey, stop, freeze, put your hands up, drop what you have. You would have heard that. What you heard instead was gunshots, then you heard get down on the ground. Of that premise alone, there should be something. Because she was right there. And you can't fabricate a story. I didn't watch that lady tell that exact same story, that exact same way. This is a black culture thing. We don't love each other enough to come together and fight for each other. Not even when it's our babies. That boy was a baby, 12 years old. You ain't even lived life halfway. You ain't even lived the childhood halfway at 12 years old.
We gotta learn how to articulate to get our point across when we trying to support this lady, especially if you family members, friends, stuff like that. We need some clarity in some of these comments that's coming across, so we can put it in the right perspective.
I'm trying to support them comments, but it's throwing me all the way off.
I can't.
I'm so sorry. Like I'm not trying to be disrespectful to you, but like after a while reading what you was trying to say, I understood, but I didn't understand, and it just didn't make enough sense. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we need to talk to you in person.
Yeah, it need to be a real conversation with you and stuff like that. So, man, let this be an example of a learning point on. Man, we have to protect our kids at all costs. I think Candis popping back up too before we get out of here. But we have to protect our kids at all costs. And what I feel like Candis is doing that or trying to do that to her best ability. And I'm not here to say who's right or wrong in a family matter or nothing like that. All I'm saying is, man, when you got a family member like this that's ready to that's die hard for your family and that's gonna stand for what's right and man, don't care about laying her own life down behind this shit. You know what I mean? Like the marches need to happen. Like everybody should be trying to support reopening this case, or what steps do it take to get the case back reopened, knowing that it wasn't a fair trial, bro. It wasn't. Right. It wasn't. Yeah. That's enough. That's enough for me to get involved. Like. And not to the perspective of like, well, I'm trying to dissect and be a detective or nothing like that. Nah, bro, this is one of ours. You know what I'm saying? This could have been any of our kinfolks that this happened to. So community wise, all of this street stuff that everybody always this and that. First of all, we not even doing what we supposed to do in community. Like you got all these top notch so-called niggas that get fearing people, but this is the type of shit where you supposed to stand and get people on one accord and hey man, this ain't supposed to be happening. Like we kill each other all the time. Every day is this against that against this. But then when this happened, everybody
going on when this happened.
Yeah, everybody
all that gangster shit got out the window when this happened. Y'all gangster till it come to the police.
Yep.
It seems like you're gonna get more support by joining groups that have people in it that had a loss of life. You know what I mean? That's gonna have more resources that they took their time to, just like you, to share with you. It seems like you're gonna get more support from a group like that. It's Facebook group, other groups probably in the community or even outside the state. We live in an age of social media where there are groups of people who really come together to share their resources. It seems like you should be in one of those groups to get the best outside support possible.
Candis, anything you want to say in closing about this situation? And you can speak how you want to, like you can address whatever you want to address.
Hold up. Say to get justice. In this case, I feel like it's just like everybody else. It shouldn't even have to take for me to do all this, and it ain't even my son. It's just my little cousin. But since me and that boy share the same blood, I feel like, hey, somebody got to step up and do something. Because me personally, that couldn't have been my child who got their name down the road like that. You feel me? And what get me with the mama, Debbie, what get me with you, The chips and pop came from your house, and you never, ever, not one time let the world know that shit came from your house. You sit there and let them folks drag their boy name, make him seem like he didn't rob the gas station, and that child didn't rob no gas station. And Shamika Farrow, you and your mama the reason why we didn't win this case. Y'all was the money hungry hoes in the family. Y'all the ones who treated the family like they weren't shit. Y'all two did that. Catherine and Lee Townsend, y'all the ones who turned Debbie and Robin into it with each other. But instead, it was no other problems going on besides all the bullcrap they had going on. And it don't make no sense. This family need to get together and get their baby some justice. I don't care who like me, and I don't care who like me or who dislike me. Guess what? I'm not trying to do this for them. I'm just trying to get justice for DeAunta Farrow. That's all I want. Justice for him.
Hit the horns.
Man, I was sure about to do that. That's hey. Well said. Well said. Well, before we close this thing out and get out of here, we definitely want to give a tribute and a moment of silence for the young man DeAunta Farrow, man. Remember his name. You know what I'm saying? Do what you can do within the community and the city to push the narrative of protecting young black people in general, especially our youth. You know what I'm saying? Our youth is our future. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely want to make sure that we're doing things to uphold them in every way that we can possible. If we see them going down the wrong roads, whatever it may be, hobbies, activities, things you see them in the community doing, it's a way to address them without making them feel like they just you doing wrong and it's no solution to the doing wrong. As we stated on the H.O.G Podcast show, we give the problem and the solution. The problem is this shit hasn't been handled in a fair way. The solution is let's continue pushing the narrative to get justice for this young man. Now, with that being said, we're going to take a moment of silence and we're going to play the tribute that Gotti played earlier in the show, and then we'll close it out. All right, Gotti, you want to bring up
Bring up his picture, then I'm gonna play the tribute.
Okay. There you have it. DeAunta Farrow gone but never forgotten, man. We're gonna continue pushing the narrative, man, to get justice for this young man. Y'all know we gonna always go out like we came in. That's prayed up.
Tape it up.
Hold up, man.
All right. Y'all take it easy, Candis. Stay in the thing once we end it, okay? I appreciate everybody for tapping in, man. Y'all have a great night and stay on a positive note. We out of there.
What's up with the hoes? What's up with the hoe gets? What's up with the hoes? What's up with the hoe gets? What's up with the hoes? What's up with the hoe gets? What's up with the hoes? What's up with the hoe gets? I said pray, on paper they no pole, that's a move. I stay pray, on paper they no pole, that's a move. I stay pray, on paper they no pole, that's a move. I stay pray, on paper they no pole, that's a move. You know auntie mama thumbing up, it's H.O.G we coming up. They like, subscribe and share, and it's about time we run these numbers up. Ain't nobody coming with the topics and the fly hitting. They been trying to duplicate the show, I guess they in they feelin'. We don't care, impact over license, how we do it here. Come and get some gamers internationally spitting here. Minnesota and the Kansas, we got ties in Germany. Guests from Pakistan and Singapore, they rock with H.O.G. Like, subscribe.